Hello and welcome to the Brick Freaks. Today we're building something from Cada, from their Master Series. It's the second supercar of their new Master Series. First was the blue Lamborghini from Boord it Thies de Boer from the Netherlands. And now here the second car with the model number Z61042 with 3,187 pieces. The Italian supercar that looks like a Ferrari 488 Pista. Okay, that's simply random. Okay, now this is designed by a man I enjoy his work every time. It's Bruno Jensen, or better known as Bruno JJ1, a well-famous Technic-car designer here from Germany. And I had a lot of his sets in my channel, but only stolen mocks. So Bruno was not a fan of my work, obviously, when I show sets that they got stole from him. But we have contact from some time to time, so I know from since half a year I know that the set is coming from Bruno, and now I can say this is the first official work here. I can show where Bruno gets his money, and he deserves it, because this car will be great. I knew it. Okay, we have 6 building steps. This car has power functions. We have six instruction booklets and 6 building steps. So for each building step we have an instruction booklet. We have several bags of pins and connectors without any number. We have a servo 3L battery box, 2.4 gigahertz, the normal Cada. The motors must be the new ones with more power and more torque. We have a big remote from Cada, and she's really thick. It's not the overall size, it's the thickness. This is really. We got a lot of cables here, cable management and LED lighting. Yes, this car is not only driving, it brings its own light. We have a small sticker sheet. I believe this will be for inside the car. I don't think it's outside. I don't see anything. Okay, we will see. Okay, so Cada now decided to go together with the mockers, because we have a lot of great mockers, especially here in Germany. We are a car country. The Germans love cars. We have a lot of good car designer, and Bruno is one of the best. And they decided to work with really good designers and use their credibility in the scene to sell more cars. Cada has a very good quality. It's not 100% Lego, but 98-99. Bruno told me I have to, in his video, link in the video description, there are 3 links. One to the set where I bought it. You can order it there. The second goes to his YouTube channel, and the third link goes to his replicable. And in his video of this car, he showed 2 or 3 little tweaks to get this car a little bit more smooth. Sometimes the gears are not working perfectly, but he has a tweak, and I say on which building step I used the tweak and what it did. Okay, so if you get this set, you can buy it. You can build it as it meant to be, because Cada hadn't the time to make last changes with the car, because Bruno designs his car with Lego, and when they work with it, great. And with Cada, 1 or 2 things didn't work so as he wanted and it was intended, so he tweaked a little bit, and Cada couldn't do this for the final product. So he showed us the tweaks in his YouTube channel. Okay, enough words. Already nearly 5 minutes in the video. Oh. And of course we have tires and rims, and these rims are looking cool. Are really shiny, chromy. Okay, let's start and have some Technic fun. So I'm half through building step 1, and yes, here the front is done. This is the fences from system. Here we have the big panel and the 4 frames, smaller wing panels here around. Nothing special. So, but what I recognized, there are some mistakes in the instructions, and I'm not used to get this from Cada. And I asked Bruno, the designer, and he said the instructions is totally made by Cada. The instructions are not from him. And he recognized the same mistakes. So you see in the picture what pieces you need, 1, and in the picture where it's assembled you see 2. So that's easy to see. Or you have to use 2 different panels in the opposite direction, and in the instructions is 2 times the same. Just easy mistakes that happens when perhaps you don't have the time you want to have, or if you let it test build by 2 other people, perhaps the small mistakes would not happen, because the more people you give a set to test, the more mistakes you will see.
Das Top-Ergebnis im
sorry, my Google Assistant, and you can avoid them. So perhaps next time they take 2 weeks more and let 2-3 people more assemble this. I'm ready for that, Cada. So if you need a European test builder, just send me the sets. I do this for you, and I show you mistakes when I find some. Okay, so that's everything I want to say. And the quality here of this connector, the Technic connector, it is left and right axle, and in the middle here pin, you know this, and the axles flow out easily. There's nearly no clutch power, but here it makes nothing because everything is held through other connectors. But when this is still an issue, perhaps we can have a problem in the set. But Bruno built it from Cada too, and he would mention it to me when there's a really big problem. Okay, so that's fine till now. Next part will be here the what is it? Yes, here, our servo motor for steering. Here, after building step 1, we have some of the front of the car. Here the under construction of the spoiler. Everything we built in the servo. We got here 2 times suspension, and each side is with 2 pairs, so that's nice. And you see it from here in the angle. What I haven't seen in a Technic car at the moment is that steering is made with 2 of these bars here, these steering handlebars, you know what I mean, and on both sides, so you have a much more stable movement, and I believe that is that's a very good thing, very good thing. So quality-wise, I told you, one of the connectors is not so good, but the rest is okay. And it is a little bit easier to build, especially when you come from Go bricks, like I mostly build. The Technic elements, and especially the pins and connectors, you need sometimes a little bit force. The clutch power is much higher, and here it isn't so high. So if you have to bring on a Technic beam, a 15 length Technic beam onto 8 pins, you just click it in. And with Lego and Go bricks, you have to be a little bit more careful. And but for stability now, the less clutch power is no problem. Really not. Everything is well designed, like Bruno mostly do. a really straight design. Great. I'm looking forward for 2. Hier bei Abschnitt B 47. Das sieht man beim Video von Bruno, wie er die beiden Orangenteile durchgestrichen hat, weggelassen. Soll man nicht benutzen. Und das untere gar nicht und auch keinen Ersatz. Und oben nur einen halben von den schwarzen. Dann ist zwar oben kein Pin, aber das kann man sicherlich dann, wenn es später fixiert wird, noch anders fixieren. Das ist erstmal nicht so schlimm. Und einem halben Achsstopper. Also statt dem oberen die beiden. Das schwarze nach hinten, der graue Achsstopper nach vorne. Und unten weglassen. Und das hier einfach nur so drauf schieben. Hier unten. Und dann sieht das Ganze so aus. Hinten muss ich die Achse noch weiter durchschieben. Aber dann sieht es so aus ohne Orange. Ja, also unbedingt beachten, wenn ihr kauft, Video von Bruno angucken, sonst schleift später. So, always this so, I hate it, but I do it always. Sorry for that. Okay, here. Half of building step 2 is finished. We got the rear axle and the whole drivetrain. Gear shifting. Everything is. Most of the hardcore technique part is done. I will build now the fake motor. What is this? 488. I don't know. Is this a 8, 10 or 12 cylinder? I don't know. I don't know Ferraris. I can't afford one, of course. And so I don't know. I will see when I assemble it. This here, you have really to be concentrated. Not because it's so difficult with drivetrain and gears and everything to shift through. It's more the angles, and if the model has turned, sometimes it looks the same and it isn't the same. So be careful. Yes. Everything works so fine, smooth. Perhaps I'm stupid. I will not test it at the moment, and I will test it at the end. And I hope there's no mistake in it. We will see. We will see. Well, the second instruction booklet is done. I'm already in the third, and in the third we start assembling this here. But the second brought us here this block, and it's a V8. We got in here the V8, and here the operation for the gear shifting. And I'm honest, I put it onto the receiver in the battery box, and it worked. Steering works, and here drivetrain works. I don't know if the gears, there will be the third engine, the third motor will be for shifting gears. I hope this is working too, then I did everything right. But so everything is good. But I mentioned in a review take that these pins here, the one side axle, one side pin, have nearly zero clutch power. If you see this here, the X, she's 10 long. The X, she is. It is. He is. Okay. Is 10 long. And to put it here through the connectors and everything, I needed so much force. Oh man. And then I forgot here the stopper. He's here. And I want to push it out again or pull it out again. Pull it out. And I needed this here. It was impossible to get it back. So I pushed it out again, and my daughter, hold the stopper here inside, and I pushed again to get it through. So Cada, that's not nice. It's no problem that some, I'm not getting used to have always perfect quality from Chinese companies, but I built 5, 6, 7 sets from you, and these pins or long axles never been a problem. So you get the quality is not so good as 7, 8, 10 months ago when I built the last Cada set. It was a machine gun, and that worked perfectly. Everything was so good. And here, not so good. These two pieces make really a problem, especially here, this 10th long. For a child, he couldn't get this through. So you have to really be adult and strong fingers here to push. Okay. So I'm already in instruction book 3, and we see what it brings us. I assembled already this here, and here we have the proof of the pin 0 clutch power. That's terrible. But at the moment it makes nothing on the where it is assembled, because another part will hold it. But when you have only this here, perhaps there will be a place where I have only this here, I have to use a blue Lego one. So here, engine cover and so on. And here the selector for the gear you are in. So that's great. Everything works fine. It's made with 2 rubber bands, but it works. And here everything goes through this tunnel from the front to the back, and I believe I will connect now both parts. The 3rd engine motor is underneath these panels here to make the gear shifting. Okay. To connect this thing here, this part, the cardan tunnel, with this here, absolutely easy, and I expect it will be the same to connect here the front, that everything is good. I know sometimes I'm not holding the sets in a good angle to see it for you, but now I have stative, the camera stands fixed and is not in my hand, and I have to get used to it. So please be patient with me. Thank you. We are finished with, I will say, most parts of the bags number 1, 2 and 3, because from every bag I had some over parts, and I'm 20 pages or 7, 8 pages in instruction booklet number 4. And we connected everything, both of the parts. We did a lot of structure to get it really sturdy, and everything is connected 2 or 3 times. Great design, great design. The cable management isn't as it should be, because I made a mistake in the beginning, and so I had to change. Or I made a mistake when I put the 2 parts together. And so the cable management, or how Bruno intended it should be, I couldn't do it without assembling everything again, both the parts with 20 lift arms and 100 pins, and I want to do this. So I decided, okay, it doesn't look good when it lays here. Normally it has to be here, and the cable is inside here. But it doesn't matter, when the car's finished we won't see that the cable management isn't good as it should be. Okay, but it works. It's so well designed how you connect everything. Everything is 2 or 3 times connected with everything else. So really sturdy, no pieces that are not needed. Really great design. So my thoughts about here after half of the set. The quality could be better. To 95, 96, 97%, it's great. It's the normal Cada quality as we knew it. But some parts, the long axles and the connectors and pins, especially only the pin axle, they are really not good. Nearly no clutch power. The instruction booklet, several little mistakes. Never an issue because you see what is wrong. But that's not normal for Cada. Perhaps they have 1 mistake or 2, but here I've already discovered 7 or 8 mistakes. All small, but they are there. So on one page, when you assemble a piece, you see something that isn't there in the instruction. In the instructions it's there, but on the model it's not there because it will be assembled 20 building steps later, but you already see it. And so you're thinking, man, I did a mistake. You go back in the instructions, don't find it. Then you assemble it, and then 10 pages later you see, the other thing. And that's not nice. That's not, because you think you're wrong, and you're looking for a mistake that isn't there, and so you lose a lot of time. That's not nice. Okay, so the instructions are okay. The quality is good, could be better, and the design is flawless and great. Bruno, again, a great job. Such fun I had assembling this thing here, and it's so clever, and this is above Lego's niveau. It's my opinion. I believe Bruno is a better car designer than the Lego car designers, and that's my opinion. Okay, so for all of you guys who are interested in this model and you couldn't wait till part 2 or with the review, I believe you make no mistake with buying the set. You know that some parts are not so good, but it makes no difference because they are at the moment no problem, because you will secure them with other parts. And the instruction is, if you're looking on to my channel, so you're a newbie or a rookie for brick sets and Technic, and you already assembled a lot of Lego and perhaps some Mold King sets and so on, and so the instructions isn't a problem for you either, and then I believe you will getting a great car with great value, and the price with 4 motors, the battery box and the lights, I believe that's a great price and a great set. But we will see it at the end. That's not only here halfway. Okay, I don't know if next video will be finish this, or I bring another video to the Monarch Imperial Star Destroyer. I decide tomorrow what I build next, or what I build further, cause to change everything or to go from system to Technic, that's okay. Thank you for watching, and I hope you will watch part 2. I'm Frank from the Brick Freaks. Bye bye.